Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's episode of Bar20. My name is Brandon Ross. I am your host. This is a lovely player hater gaming production where myself and some friends come together over a virtual tabletop to play Dungeons and Dragons. We missed you all last week, but I know I had a lot of fun eating a ton of food and enjoying it with my friends and family, so hopefully you did the same and you just had a fantastic week last week. Real quick, I'm going to blow through some announcements really quick because I know all of us want to get into the game. We took a week off, so we're going to make them fast. Anything you have for our socials, as far as our Twitter, YouTube, please join our Discord. We're going to have those links in chat and also available to you just below the stream screen here. So if you are on a platform device watching this to where you can have the whole screen just below my face, you'll see links to all those things. And if not, you'll see them in chat here in just a minute, or just chat that way. I don't know which way chat is for you guys. It's one of these ways, and you'll see the links there. Please check them out. Give us a follow on those platforms. Join our Discord. We would love to have you there so you could just come share memes, talk tabletop games, talk life. Just come build a community with us. We'd love to have you as a part of it. And moving on down, like I said, I'm going to make these quick, y'all. I know y'all are excited to get back into it. This one here this is huge, important. For our weekly streams, you have been seeing kind of a bi-weekly rotation for our Friday night game, the Lost Lands of Dressado. That will be going on a pause for just a minute as some people, some of the players, they have to go through some surgeries and some things going on. So just do me a favor, give your utmost love to that table and that support, and be patient until they come back together. We are planning on having another Lost Lands of Dressado setting, but just on a different part of that world. All of that will be handled by the Knighted Bishop, and he will have more details for you on the Hive Mind streams on Tuesdays now. Probably in a few weeks, I believe he said he has something whipped up and ready to go, but he will have those details with you on Tuesday. I know I'm excited to just be a part of that program, and it's a lot of fun. So stick around and see what's going on. Until the interim, we'll probably have some various streams happening on those nights, or maybe we'll just come have fun. I have no idea. I'm just going to have fun with it. And outside of that, I'm going to go get my party before I make another announcement. Well, hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
How are all of you?
Anxious now.
Anxious?
Getting
Why?
better.
Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. Just so you know, we have started a Annie, are you okay to DM community goal here, and because I'm forcing her into it, if we can raise 500,000 channel points that you decide to dedicate to it, she will be DMing a live streamed one shot right here on this channel. So if you want to see that happen, get your channel points in there and tell your friends about it, get them to start watching and get everything pushed in there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I know she's super excited about it because she's always is when I force her to do things.
I do have ideas already, so there's that.
That's good. Fantastic.
I started writing last night.
I'm probably going to be banished from playing in it just because I did this to you.
Maybe. I might have to have you help me write things, like you and
Maybe.
Joe, but then you guys can't play. Because then you would know way too much.
That's
like
fine.
Rick doesn't want to know because he wants to play.
Ah.
All the more reason to make Rick write it. I'm just kidding.
I'll work on some of the art. I'm not a writer, though.
That'll work. Before we get started, let's go ahead and switch over to our new stream background.
Like you forget when you've been off for a week.
I literally forgot to put everything on this scene. You know, we had the video, we had the cards, but we didn't have, thank you all very much for keeping me updated and keeping me in line and humble to remember I'm just human.
He was just so excited to show the background.
I was so excited to get this going, I forgot to put the basics in, like, you know, sound.
I love it.
Wow.
I don't think I saw this one.
Wow, this show is great. It's only if you can read lips, though.
Yeah.
Which,
I wish the others were on
Isn't
camera.
that a rogue thing?
Too.
We're getting there.
Read our lips.
We're getting there. We're moving through some, yes, as you have noticed, my players currently are not on camera. I'm having a few upgrades sent out to them so we can have some crisper quality for you, and it will be coming by hopefully shortly in the next probably week or two. We'll see. We'll keep you posted on that. But welcome to our new scene and our table. I would like to thank Knighted Bishop for lending his time to us for the who knows how long foreseeable future, as this not really a guest spot, more like a guest warmed seat, as you're going to be sitting in it for a while probably. So thank you for being here, buddy.
No, I appreciate it, man. I'm excited to be in this chair. I'm nervous. I'm starstruck right now.
You're
Like,
starstruck right. We're just people.
He's
Calm
playing
down.
with
It's
the big
okay.
dogs now.
God,
No,
the
he's
fire
fine.
The fire hit you already, and you're seeing stars.
We haven't started. We don't know what Tam's gonna do.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. So before we get too far into it, I want to go over our help dice system. If you have been accruing those channel points and you don't want to dump them into our community challenge, which you really should, I really want to watch your DM on camera. You can use them to get some help dice for our characters, and let's see who needs some. I'm going to go backwards around the table this time, except for Bishop's character. You get no help dice because I don't feel like giving you any.
that's fine.
You'll get some next week, maybe. We'll see how I feel about it. Tam, how's your help dice looking?
Help dice. Help dice. Help dice. I got
Help.
two.
He needs help dice.
I've got two. No, yeah, I've got two. I can take one more.
You can take
but
one
I've got
more.
Two.
Alrighty then. Miss Pyre.
He is currently muted, possibly dealing with children.
Okay, we'll go on around.
I am good.
You're good? Okay then. Miss Cathalia.
I am actually good because I didn't use any because I'm paranoid and I like to keep them.
Use them! You get them every week.
I know, but I seem to run out
It's
quickly
like
when I
when you
do
get a
use
potion
them.
in a game, it's like, yeah, health potion. Got it. Never use. No, there's plenty. Got it. Never use it. Hoard it entirely. No, you could use it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
full heal one. Yeah, that never gets used. That's
No.
until
Ever.
after the end boss.
That's a child of Gauntlet and a child of Doom right there. That's the side effects.
That's Final fucking Fantasy too, bud.
Yeah.
Old
Kelvin?
school ones.
How's your dice looking, Kelvin?
I have 2 help dice of 3. I could use
Okay.
one.
And Miss Snow?
I am full.
Alrighty then. Somebody wants to...
I'm like Annie, I just don't use them for some reason.
That's alright.
Feeling, I just don't want to waste them.
And then need
And
it?
I like to, yeah.
See, I've got this dirty thing that happens like when I have to talk to somebody, and then I have to use them.
You have to dump all 3.
The only
Oh my
thing I
gosh.
think I could use them for is history checks, but I get 0, so it's not gonna matter anyway.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
Could you refund Chaz, please? As I was tapped out, or Chaz Jr.
Thank you, Yeet, for your moderation powers. Keeping
Thank you
things
very
on.
much.
Keeping it
I
on
think
tap.
a lot of it is they're
You are the bomb.gov,
they're
sir.
forgotten about sometimes. It's like you're so invested in the story, and it's like after the roll, you're like, I have help dice. No,
Yep.
can I go back? Oh, it's too late.
Sorry.
It's already been moderated.
Yep.
It's already been moderated. Nope. Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay. Well, let's get into tonight's episode of the Wildcards. Last we left off 2 weeks ago, we watched as our adventuring party traversed throughout the mostly southern part of the Thavia region, solving a case of murdered guards and stolen items in the capital, handling a Fey-lost feral bear just outside of a hometown not far from them, moving on to larger endeavors to take part in a druidic ritual along the Green Line in Greca, to where something interrupted it. Unsure what at this point. Some speculation has been had. But through that, the veil almost seemed to open itself up to the party and encase them in a dome of a smaller, impenetrable shell, separating them from the rest of the druids that were partaking in this ritual. Vanquishing the creature there and shattering the Validium crystal that seemed to be the heart of this creature where all this magic had coalesced. The sphere shattered, and everything, for the most part, seemed okay. A large, sizable hole still remained in the druidic line, but from what Snow could tell, along with the Elder's assistance, the magic did take, the ritual did take, and another year's worth of strength had been placed into the Green Line. Moving away from that, they began their short adventure with no real goal in mind, I believe. They definitely wanted to move away from the city of Greca, not wanting to have anybody interrupt them or have anything to do with how the ritual was treated. They took, I believe, about a half a day's travel away from that before they decided to bed down. But just as they did, having some conversations during their building of the campfire and kind of setting their tents up, someone noticed a figure beginning to approach the party. It's been 2 weeks now. I can't exactly remember who. Who was it that I had that roll for? I could just look, actually, in the...
That would have probably been Cathalio's perception roll.
That would have been Cathalia's.
No, he snuck up on all of us.
He snuck us all because he
That's
spoke
right.
and we freaked the fuck out.
That's right. So as all of you were kind of putting everything together, getting your tent up, Kelvin totally not getting help from his sister.
Wait.
All of you heard a very unfamiliar voice. You turn, and that's where we're going to pick up.
My bow is out, and I've got a shot ready.
How far away is he from me currently?
That would be up to the player to state how close he would have gotten before he announced himself.
Gotten to about the 20 foot, or 20 yard range. Like I would have been a little bit a ways when I announced, or at about 10 yards, just to be semi close.
Fire's got her axe out.
So that'd be what, 30 feet-ish?
30 feet, yeah.
About 30 feet.
Oh, that's a bonus action. Never mind. Do I have a reaction?
I am going to
Hands
draw my longbow. I'm going to knock an arrow. I'm going to aim it at him. I'm actually going to draw the arrow. And my eyes are going to glow with a silvery, shining light as I use Surge of Wisdom.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's new.
I want your alignment, sir. And if you want to whisper it to me, you can.
I will do that to you.
All right.
Well, wait for that. Kelvin, what are you doing?
I am going to stand up as my tent falls down and pull my axe out.
Okay.
Just do that like arm shake, and then it just appears in my hand.
Actually, a bit of a point there. That is not until you reach 3rd level that you can shunt it to the extra dimensional space.
Okay, then never mind. I'm not doing that. I just have it.
We're working so hard on that tent. For it to fall on the ground.
I'm not from here, and I seen what you did in your lands. I mean y'all no harm, please. I meant not to sneak up on you either, but obviously I did.
Intentions don't mean much. Action matters. You realize you could have died.
Then that will be a new pleasure that I get to enjoy. But for now, I'd rather stay without any holes in me. Please. I would only like to speak with you. I think you have information that may help me in my pursuit, and I may be able to help you with yours.
Is he in the light where we can see his features or anything like that?
What you see currently through the bit of light provided by your campfire, because it's at sun's almost all the way down. It's kind of like how there's a false dawn.
Yeah.
I would argue that there's a false dusk. So the sun has set, but there's like that far-reaching light, kind of just only in the upper clouds, and most of the light you can see is from your campfire.
Mm-hmm.
And Bishop, you're welcome to describe yourself as you see fit in this current lighting.
what you see basically is full leather coverage with, except for the chest area, there's a chainmail just cover, a large case on his back, and one short sword at the hip, and just covered in full leathers. Other than that, hood up. You do see a long braid sitting over the one shoulder of black hair.
What do you mean to possibly help us out, and we could help you out?
I seen what you did. I can only assume that you're on the same path that I am. I would hope.
What?
Well, I mean, look around. What do you mean? What? Or is it? I've heard stories of you, but are you
From
not
where?
here to? Oh, I mean, word travels. Please lower your weapons. I'd rather not get into a fight.
I'd rather you step into the light and lower your hood. As I slowly ease off the tension off of the arrow and the bowstring. Still knocked, it's just no longer pointed at him.
I'll kind of do the same as Tam, but I'll like keep glaring because, PTSD.
Yeah, he'll move closer. As he does, he pulls back the hood. You see the black hair fall with the hood as a longer cut, shaved sides, but a stark black and white, almost streaky hair hangs down to about shoulder length. You see patches of what looks like mud, kind of smeared off on a more palish skin.
Can I insight check him?
What are you looking to ascertain from this?
If he truly does not mean any ill harm, whatever.
Okay, roll an insight check.
Oh, I never took it off of disadvantage. I'm sorry.
We'll just take the first number there. So 16 total. I would say he's a stranger. You're decent at reading people. He definitely has a bit of a more... He would be tense, but you gather it's not from the fact that he wants to fight. This is more of a defensive tense. Like, he seems to actually want to de-escalate this.
I will...
Like, as you notice, he is like you see his body kind of moving in certain ways. He doesn't seem to be moving for a weapon or reaching for one. He actually seems to be holding himself visible for the most part.
Based off of his description, would I have seen something that, other people that look like him before? Does that make sense? Do I recognize where he comes from?
Roll a history check.
I will,
18.
18? I mean, you've seen a lot of creatures hanging around. Maybe he's just pale.
Pyre's going to look at him, be like, "Who are you? What are you?"
I am Isa Sterling. I apologize for sneaking up on you once again. I really do not mean any harm towards you, please. I ask that if you at least lower all of your weapons, and I mean you truly no harm. I'm I'm learning the ways and I'm trying to stop what is happening.
What is happening?
What else can I... You just fought it.
We
fight
fought a lot of
things.
things lately.
Fire's gonna be like the wall. The monster from the wall. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, I mean, I watched y'all fight it. How could you not see what it's done?
How did you watch us with no one else seeing? When no one else could even get into the sphere, how did you see?
As he kind of points to the mud on his outfit a little bit. The residents were not so kind as to let me in. I had to look from the outside, and then as things started happening, I was able to sneak my way in a little bit.
Why would they let you in?
For the same
guess,
reason
man.
they didn't want us anywhere near snow. They don't like outsiders. That's not the question now. That's not my concern. If you were close enough to watch, why did you not join in? Especially if it's a fight you're looking to fight. You're looking for help. But why tell us that you sat and watched us fight instead of fighting alongside us?
Because the form of fighting that I do is not... I'm still studying it, and he reaches into his leathers. I'm pulling out a book. It is not a weapon.
Oh god, another
Oh,
fucking
slowly.
nerd.
Enough.
I'll
I
pull out.
will draw, like, I'll keep my arrow knocked, but I will not aim it at him.
As he pulls out the book. I was shown a way to deal with these collapsing energies. But it's a way of rendering the energy that pulses through them and forcing it to spread the energy out. There's some kind of a buildup, almost. As far as I can understand it. I have no true perception on what it can do, but I have a way, I think, in it. Unfortunately, by the time I got to you, I was too late to assist. And you look like you had it underhand. I would not like to have been in this situation now, coming to you, and someone thinking I was attacking as well.
Fire is
Now
going.
I'm on edge.
Fire's going to look at him, but she's very interested since he said that he knew. So she's going to walk up to him. She's going to close the gap.
Okay.
Kelvin has put in his axe away and is already reworking on his tent.
Okay.
Moving to an angle where I'm not going to be blocked by Pyre.
Okay. So you begin to swing out to one side, Catalia?
Yeah.
I'll kind of go the other side. Like, I still don't have my bow pointed at him, but I have it ready just in case something were to happen.
Okay. And Miss Snow?
Do I mess with him or do I not mess with him?
That is entirely up to you.
Entirely up to
Bumps
Snow.
into him from behind. The boss
That's
says
exactly
move
what I'm
closer.
thinking, actually. Cinder's gonna be 10 feet behind him and just quietly walks up to him and just nudges him in the small of his back.
So you summon Cinder?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Isa, as you're watching this rather hostile group begin to encircle you with its main muscle heading towards you, you hear this quick burst of flame and heat against your back. Not close enough to hurt you, but close. And if you look over your shoulder, you can see this probably about, I don't know, ground to shoulder 4 feet.
Yeah, roughly.
4 foot tall to the shoulders. Four-legged creature that seems to strongly resemble like a leaner feline characteristics. Seems to be made up of what looks to be just very densely packed vegetation, along with flames kind of kindling inside of it and throughout it as if veins.
Well, this fixes things a little bit. I can see you better now. I was
You actually can.
ask you if I could
Yeah.
have a light. Thank you.
Can Pyre tell what kind of like race he is from looking at him or anything like that? Do I need to do a perception check?
Perception or insight?
Okay.
What you choose?
0. Oh
Hey,
god.
nice roll.
Insight 17. You
Nice.
Well done.
something within you, deep in your core, just you can feel it in your gut. You two share blood. Not like brother, sister, or cousin, but somewhere in the lineage, there's something tied together. Creature before you could be a Genasi.
Where did you come from?
Most recently, Zoltaris.
No perks up at that name.
No. Are you a Genasi?
Isa?
What I am is a man that is very much like you.
You
He'll
intrigue
just
me.
stare Pyre in the eye.
Isa, you said was your name?
Yes, Isa.
You intrigue me. Not only do you seem to have some answers for me, but in my 26 years of being alive, I've never met anyone like me. I never thought I would.
It has been a long time since. Yes. But let us rejoice in that then, and maybe we can sit down. I do have to admit my legs have been getting kind of tired sneaking around and hoping that y'all not see me until I was ready to approach.
Well, it worked.
I can hear everything, right?
You can still hear everything.
I'll put my bow away, like throw it over my back, and then I'll go attempt to help Kelvin with his tent.
Okay.
Maybe I can be of assistance, and you see as he pulls from the wide case on his back just a little something and pulls out a viola and just starts plucking away on it. Maybe a little extra boost.
Seeing Cathalia go help Kelvin, and Pyre just chatting with this dude. Snow's just gonna have Cinder walk around to her, and they'll go back to the camp.
Okay.
May I approach?
Yeah.
And may I have names?
I'm Pyre. Pyre Tanwin.
Good to know your name, Pyre.
That's Tam over there. Pyre's gonna point.
Yeah, if you don't speak up,
No,
if
that's
you
fine.
don't
I
speak
knocked
up,
my
it looks
arrow
like
and I
Pyre's gonna.
snatched my bow.
Yeah, and I might make up names. I
Go
might
ahead.
make up names.
Names
Alright.
have power. You tell them
Alright.
whatever you want.
All right, that right there is grumpy old man Tam. Okay. That's drifting snowflake.
I'm gonna
That's
sit by this
Kelvin.
fire. Goddamn petulant ass child.
That's Kelvin and his sister Cathalia. But yeah, that's old man Tam. He's grumpy. Okay. Watch out.
You should give him
Watch
the
out.
respect he deserves for being old, then. To make it to age is not an easy thing all the time. But I do have information, and if you really are on the same mission that I am, I would ask that you help.
I'll try to help you. We'll try to help you as best we can, but I don't know what mission you speak of. I mean, if we've stumbled into something we don't know about, we're looking for answers ourselves on what's going on.
Right about this time, Kelvin stands up. Hey! 10's done.
Oh my god.
Thank God for small miracles. You're getting faster and faster every day.
Can I like gently pull on a rope or something that is supposed to hold it together to make sure that it's properly together?
Yeah, you roll a d20.
$17.
He put it together right, pretty sturdy. You give it a little tug, it's like, oh, it's already snug.
I will pat his back. Good job, brother.
Of course it's a good job. And I'll just keep walking. I'll walk over and join the rest of the group.
Okay.
You're gonna join Tam as he sulks by the fire about being old.
Not sulking. I'm about to go get food.
He's not sulking,
go
he's
with you to
warming
get
his bones.
May I join you?
Maybe you should stay here and get to know everybody else first.
He's paranoid.
Just throw him under the bus, Pyre, why don't you?
Hey,
Throw
I can't-
him.
No, I
She's
can't
driving it.
help it.
It's
can't-
a healthy
can't-
suspicion,
No,
and when you get to be as old as I am, you will also have healthy suspicions.
I can't
So
help
that's
it.
what we call it.
Pyre is excited. Her Genasi side is like, oh shit, cousin, and some of that. So yeah,
Oh shit! There's no telling he's on your side, but okay.
I'll go with
Still
Tam to
family.
get food.
Yes,
And
because
whenever
everyone's
you're
out to kill
here,
you, Tam.
your family.
Noted.
When you're here, you're family.
Sorry, when did we become a fucking Olive Garden?
Whenever another Genasi
Literally
joined us.
right now.
Yeah.
Then what can I do to help around camp? I'd be more than happy to do whatever it is that you need.
Well, apparently we're an Italian restaurant, so some breadsticks would be great!
Your leader seems to be a very angry man.
I will
Leader.
I will tug
Who the
Tam
hell
by the
said he's
arm
the leader.
and come on, let's go get food. You're too angry. Go shoot something.
Okay. Two of you head off to go do Outlander things.
Yeah.
Outlander things.
Snow
Yeah.
looks over at Kelvin. I think we need to convince someone else that Cinder's our leader again.
Convince them. It's true. He's the most level-headed amongst all of us.
Wait, Cinder's a he? I have been operating under the assumption Cinder's
She.
a she.
Sorry,
the
she.
entire time.
Hey, they are the most level-headed amongst all of us.
I actually have it in my notes somewhere where Snow told us
It's she.
properly.
Cinder is female.
Yes! Knew I was right about at least something today.
So Cathalia and Tamriel head off to do Outlander things to, which you can only assume to after conversation, is to go find some food, leaving you
Nice.
with the rest of the party around a campfire. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, does Pyre like just pull him over to us?
Probably more than likely. Maybe not physically pull. Oh no, just Pyre. Pyre, do you physically pull him over to the campsite, or are you just excitedly lead him over?
I mean, she's excited, but she's also weary because part of her is like, the Genasi part is all like, hey, it's another Genasi, this is awesome. Then her part is just kind of like, but I don't know what's going on. I have a crystal in my chest. A lot of weird shit's happened. Maybe I need a little distance. So yeah. So she just kind of like looks at him and she's like, come over here. And then she just kind of walks.
He will follow closely behind.
She's just so confused right now. Like at all times.
I'm so glad that Snow is not the only one having a crisis of identity right now.
As we're walking back, before we get to the rest of the group, how long have you not seen one of us?
I've never met a Genasi. I know we're pretty rare and scattered, and my mother told me there might be a possibility that I would never meet somebody else like me, but if I did, to cherish it, and I just never thought I would. I gave up on that dream a long time ago.
That'll be the end of us, is what they say.
Yeah.
But come, let us talk of much happier things. And actually, if you'll allow me, I'd like to get rid of some of this mud that I've been so graciously adorned with.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'll hand him my water skin so he can, if he wants to use it.
Okay.
Or, no, wait, Kelvin.
I was
What?
waiting for it.
Can you do prestidigitation?
But you're not dirty.
I'm not, but he is. And if you don't do it, I'll make him sit right beside you, where the mud will get on you.
I can just use water. It's quite alright.
You're our guest / prisoner. I don't know with Tam yet. Okay, so
I'm gonna stand up and walk over to the this gentleman,
Okay.
this person, and I'm going to I'm gonna look at my thumb. I'm gonna lick it. I'm just gonna go right up towards his face, and then I'm gonna cast prestidigitation without actually touching him.
Okay.
As much time as it takes to clean him off, and also make our circles around his some circles around his eyes in dirt, because I can also do that. I can make him dirty too.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So now he's
So,
wearing glasses.
Isa, you watch as this large, hulking, full-blooded orc walks over to you, licks his thumb like mom to a kid style, and starts to push it towards you. And then just about before it touches your face, you watch as this kind of like icy blue glow begins to emanate around his hands, and it envelops you. And probably about, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds worth of this as he passes his hands down. You look down and you can see all the mud and dirt and stink that you've had on you for the past who knows how long is just gone. You are pristinely cleaned.
Pat him on the
Kel-
shoulder and go sit down.
Kelvin,
Looks much better now.
Kelvin, did you have to do that as I point to Ice's face?
Do what? I cleaned him off. That's
Wish Tam was here to say his catchphrase. Here, and then I hand him. I was like, you might want to clean your face off a little bit more. I hand him my water skin.
Okay.
All right. Iso will definitely before Kelvin lets go. Iso will. It's nice to see the magics in that way. You're good. As he does, though, he's going. Oh no, I'm sorry, I can't do that yet. My apologies.
Okay.
I forgot how that spell worked. No, he'll take the water skin and finish cleaning himself up. Now you see the full pale skin. You see the dirty white black hair. That's still into that tight knot ponytail as he takes off the actual leather coat, and you can see the full just chainmail underneath. No sleeve. The sleeves are attached, but just barely to the chainmail. I would really like to talk about this with the rest of your people. If y'all are really making this fight, I would love to be able to help you, and you can help me with the closing of them and making it easier, and maybe we can make sure that this doesn't happen.
Okay. You're hurting my head a little bit. Okay. Like I said, we don't know anything that's going on.
Yes, you keep talking about a fight, but
And a closing, we fought that monster, but we don't even know anything about it. The most that we know is what has happened to us, to me. But the most we have is a name. And even that, we don't know much about it.
A name. I just have an issue. I'm when I mean a fight, I mean trying to just stop this buildup of energy. I mean, this is not good. Seeing planar energy spill amongst itself. I mean, I assume that's what all of your people were for. As he gestures towards Snow.
She kind of like cocks her head to the side. My people come here every year. Our only duty is to prevent the desert from overtaking the Green Line.
Unless the Green Line attacks one of their members, and then, we gotta destroy it.
Thanks, Fire.
Just calling it like I saw it.
But how do you do it? What? How does your ritual stop it? What do you think you're fighting against?
Can't really say I've ever thought about it in that way. We spread our power along the wall. The Elder concentrates it and puts it into, well, what we now assume to be Validium. spread out along the wall. That harnesses that power we put into it. Sort of a arcane barrier, if you will.
In a way, it does, but for a barrier to be there, that means that there has to be energy moving, right? There has to be something for the barrier to stop.
Well, of course, we're stopping the desert. We don't want to lose more of the green land that is here.
She's tried to tell you the sand comes over the line, and the big thing of wall is supposed to stop the sand.
Pyre's like using her
No,
hands to be like, this is the sand and this is the lawn. And goes, you know.
It hits the wall and it stops. That's what the wall's for.
The sad part is that Snow's in the same mentality as Kelvin is. He's like, what do you mean there's more?
See,
the biggest problem is that all of our intelligent people are gone to find food.
Yeah.
Yep. 9 intelligence
What
leading.
a fate.
The 9 intelligence are leading this right now.
Yeah.
Help
Yeah, they are.
us.
We the smart ones.
Yeah, we smart.
No regrets.
Nope.
No regrets over here.
Oh my gosh.
Isa's gonna rub his facial hair and just...
Snow looks over at him. Is there something more to this that you're aware of?
Listen,
It's
we're
energy.
children. We're children. Explain to us like we're children, okay?
And he'll pull out the notebook again, and at the back he'll pull out a map and kind of spread it out on the ground. And as he does, from his fingertips he'll pulse out an illusionary scroll over top of the paper, and using minor illusion he'll show and kind of highlight the trails that are kind of inked on there. There's 2 different colors. One marks all the way from Thavia to Greca, and then there's another one coming from that line that is the initial one that goes into Greca is a red line. The other one is a blue line that's kind of hash marked up and kind of into Martul. This is, and you see a couple of other lines. These are the energy trails that I've been able to figure out to determine based on what I've found so far in Thavia. I mean, that's what it is. It's energy that marches itself, that moves itself. And what happens is that in these areas, there's something that's pushing too much energy through some areas, and it's causing these pockets. I've kind of figured out a way to help move that barrier that is blocking these pockets almost. It's almost like a watch needing to be wound. Something's not aligning. I don't know, it's still new, but it seems to be working. It's what helped me when I was in Zotaris. It helped me there, and now I'm just trying to fix this if I can. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen what it's done. I've seen what you guys fought. That's not right.
I mean, for a while, I didn't even fight it. I mean, my body fought it, but sadly, I don't have that cool fire armor.
So, sorry for player reference. Are these energy lines like converging at Greca, or are they just scattered across the?
There's small marks. They're not all converging at Greca. You can kind of see where they're moving through. You can see where it's almost like a web. But there's like question marks in different areas on the map. Like it's a full map that you can tell he's kind of used the minor illusion in his mind to process the map so he can see it every time.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Okay. Wish Thalia was here. 'Cause she's been talking to Jan, who has been leading us to these Fey creatures that just keep showing up. Could that have something to do with this too?
I don't know,
And
DM, would I know anything about that?
Well, I was more so talking to like Kelvin and Snow, but you would be able to hear.
I would say, give me a general intelligence check, Isa.
Snow would kind of look at Kelvin. I wonder if that also has anything to do with the
Oh, well.
black ichor we've been coming across.
Oh, hold on, it's a save. Hold on.
Yeah, no.
Would have been a 6.
Yeah.
Better.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to click it that time, but yeah.
So I would say, what was your? Okay.
Would have been
I
a
would
7.
say, well, with that, and then as you're thinking about it, you hear them talk about that black ichor. You did come across some of that in your adventures in Zotaris. Namely, it happened to when there was a convergence of these points that you had dealt with and managed to kind of reconstruct on your own. And where those points had kind of collided together, it had exploded outward in this, which you thought was just some kind of, it was ink or something strange like that, but it did move on its own for a few moments before just evaporating into nothingness. But they say that, and you start thinking about these other things they're talking about, and it's leading you more towards the theory you're working on, that with whatever you're dealing with, your overlaying lines are lining up to be something to do with the barrier and the veil that is placed to keep the realm separate.
This black ichor. And you see as on the map now, there's more hand scrolling that's being formed with the minor illusion.
Give you guys a moment to just chill out. Cathalia, Tam, two of you have moved away from the group as they begin to have conversation around the campfire. Probably jogging a decent distance before you decide to finally slow down a bit, calm yourselves. Let's say with your background, you're able to easily bag, let's say a wild boar. That sounds good. Like a smaller
Can
one.
you carry it?
I don't know. It's a smaller one. It's enough for all of you. Maybe a little leftovers. Definitely younger, but food is food. You're welcome
We
to
have
any.
to be very careful with what's going on.
Yeah.
He shows up out of nowhere, magically offers aid, knows all about us, but none of us have ever met him. And magically, he's the one thing that Pyre has been looking for her entire life.
I don't think he knows all about us. He just said he watched us fight the things at the wall. And
But
he's
heard
been tracking us since
stories,
then.
and he's been tracking. He said he saw us fight, and he's been tracking us. But he said he'd heard about us before.
Cathalia.
So who spoke of us? Where
Yeah.
did he hear about this? Rytool? Did he follow us from Rytool?
Give me a history check, Athalia.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna add a help die
Okay.
to that.
Now she's just showing off.
Okay, I've lost my help die things.
Yeah,
okay.
you
Just
don't
use
lose
the-
them. You don't use
Well,
them.
no,
you
I
lose
don't
'em.
see it. No, I don't see it on the thing.
Did you just say you don't use them, you lose?
Just
What is
use
that, a
in the
D4?
top left-hand side, the D20 shape. If you hover over it, it will pop up other dice.
Yeah, it's just a D4, right?
Yeah, just hover. Yeah, just throw the D4 out there. 16
Total
total.
of 16. Yeah.
As Tam starts kind of drilling these questions, and Tam is Tam. He's making a good point, although whatever your mindset be of him, it may be. But as he's really starting to drill these questions, and he brings up Rytool, you remember seeing this person before. You saw him in Rytool. In the
Where?
court,
Cool.
in the court of the Elven Hammer. He was up after, or excuse me, just before your little troop had been pulled up there.
Oh. I kind of stop us from walking. Like, we've already caught the boar, right? And we're just walking back now.
Mhm.
So I just kind of stop. And I kind of give the Tam like this weird look. And it's like, I've seen him.
From where?
Before your guys' trial. He was up before you guys were. But I don't remember anything else of that because I was too worried about you and Pyre.
I understand and appreciate that. This plot's just getting too thick. Jesus. Alright. Well, we need to quietly have this discussion. Because I don't need him getting wind of this. We don't need him getting wind of this.
Maybe he knows. Oh my god, I can't remember that dude's name now.
Oh, you mean the man that killed your parents?
No, not that one. I know that one. I'm never forgetting that name.
She's talking about Dorsaw.
No.
Oh, not? Wow.
Brighthammer.
Brighthammer?
Yeah. Maybe.
Brighthammer might have offered him the same thing, but then he would have had. Well, I mean, once you're out of the city, he could have.
This is a conundrum. Tam can't even talk.
This is what I think we should do.
Brightblade. It's Brightblade.
Yeah, we need to talk. He does not need to be on watch by himself at all tonight. I'll
think
have
we
him
can
sit
let him
with me.
sleep.
No, he can sit with me one watch, and I'll talk to him. I have questions.
I better not wake up to a dead body.
As long as I like the answers, you won't have to. Fine, I won't kill him outright. We'll discuss it first.
Sometimes discussing ahead of time is better.
What is wrong with you kids? Making me go soft. Alright, let's get back. I'm starting to get hangry.
All right.
Kelvin doesn't have lizard jerky anymore.
I thank the gods. I would starve to death before I ate lizard jerky. I would rage like Pyre before I ate lizard jerky.
And that's about the point you get an earshot of the group.
So I used to have this lizard jerky, right? It was delicious.
And then you hear that.
It really was good. It really was.
Can we stop
Really?
talking about the most disgusting substance on Earth, please?
If you have any, I would love to try it. It
That's
sounds
not a good
intriguing.
idea.
It
Not a good
disappeared. I don't know what happened
Just-
to it.
I'm just gonna. I'll
Yeah.
drag the boar
Pyre
like,
just
closer to the
turns.
floor. It's
Disappeared.
fine.
Yeah, Pyre just kind of turns the other way, like, oh hey, Thalia here. Thalia, your friend Jan. We think we
Yeah.
might figured out something. I don't know. My head hurts. Come over here. Look at this.
Okay.
While she
Um,
goes to do that, I'm gonna field dress the boar and then start cooking and seasoning because
Okay.
tonight is now a special occasion.
Okay.
I'll bake my way up.
All right. So now with this information, I mean, the creature that you slay, you said that it had the ichor as well, right?
Well,
We've come across it numerous times, and not just in creatures.
do I see the map? Like, is he showing me the map? Or
Yeah,
are
it's
they,
floating
as a
around.
group, showing me the map? Is Rosso on there, like, with those lines?
Would it be on there, Dan?
I would say there is a line that passes near it, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of notation of a convergence or any notes about on Rasso itself. It's almost like it's just a part of the path. There's no extra notation there.
So while we're talking about this, I will I'll be like, this is what we have seen, and using also with prestidigitation because it's the greatest cantrip ever. I'm going to create an illusory image that can fit in my hand of the ichor that kind of just falls out and then disappears at the end of the end of that 6 seconds.
All right, so you watch as Kelvin takes his large orcish hand and this thick, black, inky substance just kind of apparates itself in his palm and just begins to drip.
Is that what you talk about?
It looks rather familiar.
Yes. Yes, it is.
We have seen this.
A few times now.
I mean, I haven't, but okay.
It's
Um,
it's something I'm just able to catch every now and then on people, creatures. I don't blame you if you don't see it, because it doesn't seem to stick around very long once it's
Out of
host.
the body.
Yeah. Once there's nothing left, it just evaporates. It's hard to explain, really.
Hmm.
And it's not natural either. I can say that much. There's something to it that my magic can't figure out.
Yeah, I believe Jan said she wasn't sure about it either.
then we.
What was that, Tim?
I said who?
Jan, my little
Her fairy friend.
my fae
Oh,
friend.
I don't think I've ever heard you actually say her name.
Oh.
You
Well, her
could
name is
ask.
Jan, which is just as cute as how she looks.
Could ask.
Yes, I'll
you know.
take your word for it.
Sounds like somebody has a bit of a narcolepsy problem there. Her name is Yon, falling asleep all the time.
Wow.
Well, she does come to me when everybody else is asleep.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of those names like you give a big person, you call him tiny. Maybe she never sleeps.
Maybe.
I mean,
The
maybe
word
it
That's
you're
why she's
looking
awake in the
for
middle of the night.
is irony.
maybe the first thing she did whenever she came to be was yawn. So they were like, "Hey, yawn now." She was bored with life automatically. So yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably
Please.
finish up getting
Pam
the
is.
stew started, and putting out like the nicer cuts that don't need to cook for a while, and getting those on a flat rock,
Okay.
and then getting the stew started. I'll probably wander over and squat down and look at the map as well.
Pyre's gonna look over. It's like, are you making jerky? Tam.
Not a big enough boar yet. Maybe tomorrow.
I should have came with you. Sorry.
I thought we had made jerky out of a deer once, but we might have used it.
We've made jerky a few times, but it's
You can never have enough
it's
jerky.
gone.
Exactly. Yeah,
understand.
let's be real here. Is it still there?
Yeah, between Kelvin and Pyre.
Mostly Pyre.
Yeah.
Pyre is the sleep jerky eater, so
I get that protein.
She just wakes up already chewing on jerky. That's so
It's like-
great.
Well,
It's like those animes where they just have the Pocky in their mouth hanging out. She has that with.
And the snore bubble on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Tamriel, you get a start getting a look at this map. It's from what you could pick up. Details are there. There's some points not too far from where all of you are. There's some notes here and there about, newer notes, or you wouldn't know they're newer notes, but you see notes about, Black Ichard. You can definitely tell he has been a bit traveled. He's been to the Badlands up in Zotaris.
That's impressive.
Did Tam say that out loud?
Hush, child.
I appreciate that. I've tried to take as good a notes as my memory can hold. And this seems to help. And
Noah's ears perk up and she, full stop, no hesitation. How old are you?
Who?
Isa.
oh,
She already knows how old Tam is. Now she's just comparing.
I want to know too.
I kind of glance at him and kind of squint a little bit. You're too young, kid. But go ahead. I think I got you beat by a few years.
Oh God, another pissing contest.
well, I mean, that depends on how you see a year, but I've seen my way around a few things.
Well, apparently that means nothing to Tam, because even if you have experience, you're still just a crazy kid.
Oh.
Pyre, when did you take the cast shade spell?
You were
Right
barbarian.
after Cathalia did the last time.
Yeah.
Magic.
They taught each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's what we really do when we're on watch together.
Well, in other
Right.
news, you're welcome by the fire, but I would appreciate it if you would sit and take first watch with me, because I do have some questions.
It would be an honor.
Excellent. I'll pull out one of the bottles of wine we have left and pass it to him. Guests drink first.
I said, do you still have that large box, crate, case, whatever you want to call it, over your back?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. If I am a guest, then, and Isa holds up his hand, I do not partake particularly in grape, but a gift for being a guest is always a tradition. And he'll pop open the case and kind of sets it down gently and pulls out from inside of it a gift for you, then. And he hands him a lantern.
Oh, I was hoping it'd be more alcohol.
I'll walk over and I will... Oh, there's no way to do this without being disrespectful.
Kind
I
of like
will
leaning against Pyre, just
pull
staring.
on a pair of gloves before I tenderly pick up the lantern
Okay.
Oh,
and
God,
kind
I
of
thought
study
you
it
were
a
going
little
to
bit.
slap him across the cheek.
No.
I was about to say, dang, how do you do that nicely?
Yeah, without a...
With your protective gloved hands, you grasp this very dangerous looking plain hooded lantern. And it is from what you can tell, the simplest of simple hooded lanterns. Has kind of a bit of like this kind of a shut glass, like an iron door that can kind of narrow the field of view, or you can open all the way to where it is a full like 360-degree lantern. Which you do notice if you want to actually inspect it, give me an investigation.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
On a
27.
natural 20 for a 27, what you notice is that it's genius, actually. It's so plain, it could be hidden in plain sight. It is perfectly appearing to be unmagical. But with your keen eyes looking over this item, you can notice that it's not the lantern that is the enchantment. It's the seemingly wax candle in the middle that is actually extremely well-crafted marble to look like wax. There is no wick, but you know this to be a ever-burning candle that has been encased into a hooded lantern to allow for directional control of light or 360 light.
And I'm going to kind of glance over at him after I've done my inspection. Do you know what you're giving?
It is a gift and a blessing.
Fair enough.
So, I
will set the lantern down next to my stuff, and I will go back to cooking after I remove my gloves.
Okay.
I'm glad that made your expectations.
It's definitely interesting.
At this point, Cinder probably would have disappeared. So Snow just looks at Kelvin and makes the comment, "Well, it seems Lady Cinder is satisfied."
Oh, she has taken her leave. Very nice.
And then she'll look at Isa. "So, what's your goal then? Are you following these energies? Is there somewhere you need to go? Something you need to do?"
Well, like I said earlier, look, and he'll point on the map. From what I've seen and from what I was watching, it looks like the path of the energy is gonna follow this way. And from the reading that I've been able to do, apparently there's some kind of power structure or some kind of ceremony, the same way that I was able to find your people here in Greco was the telling of a ceremony to take care of some portion of energies. And it points him, and he'll point kind of just a little north of Matol, just due west of Greco.
Yeah. Snow just kind of looks at it and she like fluffs out her fur because sand and desert and non-fun.
So are we all eating at this point?
I'd say
Or is it
right
not
about
ready?
now, as the conversation is beginning to go on, you can see as Tam is kind of portioning together like just bowls, really, and just handing them out.
So because I have
And then I'll
zero
slice out.
self-control, as I'm eating, I'm just like watching Isa, sorry, And I ask him, like, I'm just doing the Cathalia stare. I'm like, so what happened in Raitul?
I was gonna ask him in private. Jesus.
Zero self-control.
That's
What do you-
abundantly clear.
What do you mean, Raitul? You know what happened in Raitul. Me and Tam got in trouble. We had to leave. Okay?
I
Why
was
do you have to
talking
keep
to our
bringing that
guest.
up?
I was talking to our guest.
Why does he need to know that I went to jail?
Yes, we broke him.
Good.
Yes.
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 Good.
All right.
You sure?
Wait,
about
you went
that?
to
You
jail?
sure? And like my stare at Isa is just not breaking.
Tolly, why are you telling random people I've been in jail? Okay.
I didn't tell him. Like, not even looking away. I'm like, I did not tell him you went to jail. I'm asking him what happened in Raitul.
Noah's having a brain fart trying to remember if she's seen this person before or not.
There was a
You did not catch the
misunderstanding.
roll.
That's what I said too. There was a misunderstanding between me and Tam. Okay. I didn't want to hit that guard.
Kelvin has
That's-
given up and he is just eating.
Okay.
That's a pretty big misunderstanding to go in front of the Elven Hammer. Right? Is that what it is? The Elven Hammer?
That was the nickname of the judge, yes.
Okay.
Sometimes people do not understand that I'm trying to inform them that they need the information that I'm giving them. And they don't seem to understand that I'm trying to help them. And so I use bigger words than they need to know.
I mean, maybe, and this is just me, but if you were more direct, then walk you around in circles with your words, you know.
But a word is so good. It is so pure.
Why do I feel the urge to punch something?
Because you're you.
Oh, and thank God.
It was just a misunderstanding. It really was. And he kind of taps the book. I got a good discount.
On the book? I'm so lost right now.
I'm picking up what you're
Kind
putting
of
down.
discount.
The 5-finger kind?
Exactly.
Ah, my favorite.
Did you have help?
Other than what a few gold could get? No.
Did you go to? While you were in Raitul, who did you go to?
Or help, or
Yes.
Yeah.
When you're looking to do that kind of work, you don't do it without help, or at least someone to at least point you in a direction. Who did you ask?
would it matter? If you know
Yes.
the name, do you know the name of all the criminals that are in Raitul?
No.
We know about
I
3.
But I know of
know a lot of-
affiliations.
I've met them firsthand. Most of them, not all of them. But
She's my favorite one.
He's all our favorite one. Did you work with the under? Did you work with the underguard of the Black Vines?
I worked with somebody that gave me the ability to walk out of the city.
What's their name?
somebody that was able to give me the ability to walk out of the city.
Pyre,
They
wait,
have-
They have the
Push.
ability.
guys, we've already learned that he doesn't really answer things directly.
Now I know why he went to jail.
I'm glad one of you seems to be of the intelligence then. Isa kind of grits his teeth after that last comment.
Calling me stupid? Or smart? I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm going to bed.
Good night, Pyre.
Pyre finishes her bowl, sets it down, on the bed.
Thought we were friends.
Do you owe anything to this person? Or this group of people that you went to help with?
I owe them the ability to get this situation taken care of.
Did they set you on our path?
As far
And
as
this time you can answer straight. Yes or no will do.
yes. In the way that anybody gets set on the path.
I love. Oh my god. It's like trying to talk to a monk. Like an actual, like, Shaolin monk or something when they talk in riddles. That's all I get out of this.
Pyre could probably still hear him, so she's like, turn around. Will they
You
just
do that
stop
like you do that
asking
thing
him?
where you like grab the blanket, do the angry turnover to face away from them.
It's like they keep asking him questions. Have they not learned yet? I'm not even that smart, and I know he's not gonna answer shit
Oh, he
if he
answered.
don't want to.
Pyre
Oh, he
Pyre
answered
thinks this is
plenty.
in Pyre thinks this is in her head, but she is actively yelling this.
All
I'm
they
gonna
have to,
stretch,
all they
and
have
I'm
to
gonna
do is ask me to punch
slightly
him.
touch. I'm gonna slightly touch my earring, and I'm gonna whisper, "We may have a very real problem on our hands." As I finish my stretch, grab my whip, and start to clean up dinner before I take watch.
Are you trying to keep this very quiet?
Yeah, no, I mean, if I can get away with mouthing it instead of actually saying it out loud, that's what I'm gonna do.
I believe for this particular spell to activate, you actually have to speak it. Let me double check.
Then I will whisper and face away from him.
But don't you have to face in the direction of me?
Yeah, I'm hoping you're not in the direction of him.
You don't have to face in her direction, but you have to point in her direction.
Well, I'm stretching with both arms, so I'm kind of like touching one, and then I can kind of point in that direction with my
Yeah.
other hand.
Okay.
He's doing the bend stretch.
Give me a performance. Give me a performance check.
I'm working. He's working on his flexibility, guys. Okay.
He's like, the beach is that way and
Yeah.
that way.
Yes. But the guns are right here.
Not on this character.
Not on this character. Tan, give
Well,
me a
whenever-
quick performance check, would you?
Whenever
See
he
how
did
well
that, he
you
pointed at
performance. See how
Pyre,
well you
but
can
yeah.
hide this action that you're
Alright.
doing.
All right, hold on.
Oh my god!
Natural one.
He did not use
Would you
the
like
help,
to use
and
a
then
help dice?
I was trying to.
Oh my
All of you
Does it
watch as he
matter if
does
you
that
use the help
super
die?
awkward 1990s like movie stretch where you get that new girl with you and you're nervous. He just and he just awkwardly points right at Cathalia while looking the other way, and then goes back.
I'm trying to sleep and I saw that shit.
Then
I
go
just
to
kind
bed.
of stare at him, like,
You guys won't
Bruh.
stop talking about just walking in circles, okay? If you want something, just tell me to punch him, and maybe I will, maybe I won't. You don't know.
I don't think you would.
Well, he didn't know that.
You sure we're all cracked up to be that you thought we were?
Rubbing his face. I hope you are.
Okay,
Makes two of
so
us.
I'm sitting and I'm cross-legged and I just kind of like set my bowl down in front of me. I just kind of like DM concern face at the moment.
Oh shit,
Look.
not the DM concern.
We've been through a lot. If you've been tracking us, I'm sure you've seen that. I have a hard time trusting people that are not upfront with me. My companions are very similar. Do you know the name of the person that helped you get out of jail?
Don't know the name of the exact person that got me out of jail.
Okay. Do you know who they worked for?
I have a sense that it's somebody with some kind of power.
Pyre.
I don't sense more underground from it.
From hearing that, she gets up and she just straight up. Did you get a letter when you were got out of jail? Did you get a letter from the clerk?
I didn't get I got my papers that I could leave.
Did it talk to you in your head?
What do you mean, talk to you in your head?
That's
gonna
all
take
the
that as a
answer we
no.
needed.
Okay.
Can I roll an insight check to
So
see if
we're
this guy's
not-
full of shit?
Roll an insight check.
He's saying a lot, but also saying nothing at the same time. Magical guidance. It's worse.
You believe it? You believe the
Wow.
bullshit coming out of his mouth?
No, he's just, I'd say with that kind of a roll, it's not low, it's not natural one, so no. I would say he's just a tough individual
appreciate
read.
that.
He's definitely definitely
It's
rather,
literally like I said, he's saying a lot and nothing.
he's
at the
saying
same
a
time.
lot and nothing at the same time, you're right, but you can't, you're looking and you got a pretty good intuition on people, but you just,
It looks
It's-
like he believes
it's like
what he's
trying
saying.
to read a statue.
Okay. I will clean up my little dinner thing. I will go hug my brother and I'm going to go to bed.
Okay.
Oh, of course, whenever she goes to bed, everybody's all about nothing. Nothing
Because
confusing.
I did it calmly. Dumbledore said calmly.
Hey,
For the
you
love
guys
of-
should be more quiet whenever I'm upset. Because you've seen what happens whenever I get upset. and like her and Cathalia are talking this as they're going.
Oh
Oh yeah,
my
because our
gosh.
tens are like right next to each
They're
other.
right next to each other, yes.
On
Yeah.
the child.
But then afterwards, I'm like, good night, Cathalia.
Night, Fire.
All right, we're going to take our break right there before we move into the watches for the night. So we'll be back in about 10-ish minutes while we get some water and some snacks. Thank you all so much for joining us for the first half of this fantastic episode. And we'll see you in about 10 or so minutes.
Paragraph, but now I'm
Welcome
an
back,
essay.
everybody. And I'm just going right into it. I'm not going to do any of this just me scene or have the chat muted. We're going right into it. So you know what I had to deal with on break. You get a little taste of it.
Have to. You know
Well, if you
we're
guys-
a damn delight.
If you guys are in our Discord chat, then we are like this every day in voice chat.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
they are.
I'm
So-
We
not.
roasted him so hard he had to take his shirt off.
Yeah, it's hot. Dying. I gotta. Woof. So, anyways,
We got them nice and toasty for you guys.
yep. Before we left off for break, our adventuring party was grilling the ever-living hell out of the new person, leaving him with nothing but a well-done steak and questioning his intentions.
Sorry, not sorry.
But unless anybody else has any other questions for or conversation pieces to add, we will move into the watches for tonight.
Nope, I'm in bed already.
Okay. Anybody else have anything?
Good here.
Okay.
Everybody got quiet. I'm
Well,
asleep now.
I will get up, start heading towards. I'll walk past this new person and just kind of put my hand on his shoulder. You know, I don't know you, but if you hurt anyone here, I will kill you. Have a good night, and then I'll go to bed.
Okay.
Oh
I thought he was just gonna be like,
God.
I thought he was just gonna be like, hey, I don't know you, and then go to bed. He's like, yeah, we know.
Yeah. All right. So first watch comprises of.
I'll take
Damn
one.
and Isa.
Oh, you still haven't gone to bed? Okay.
No, I'm not going to bed.
Yeah, I thought Tam and Isa were gonna take the first one to talk.
All right.
That's fine.
You may take your own individual perception checks, or you may roll one check at advantage. You can choose, figure that out for yourselves.
I'll go ahead and I'll let you roll if you want.
Sure. 20.
Okay. So on a 20, Tamriel, as you're looking about, and I'll let you guys have your conversations here in a bit. Actually, no, let's do that first. Have your conversations.
God.
So, first of all, out of game. I don't like that tone.
What
Oh,
do you
God.
mean?
But Tam, go ahead and be like, I'm older, I'm wiser. I'm gonna tell you what I think.
Meh, 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 meh.
Wow. It's good to know what all of you think of me. Maybe I'll just go to the store for some milk.
Dad, is that you?
Okay. Bringing it back. Come on.
So, you spoke of a fight earlier, and you spoke of trying to be better than what you were. Were you speaking of your criminal past, or are you speaking of something that's heavier than that?
I just didn't like that. I did what I did.
You did what you did because you had to? Or because it was the easiest route?
Both. It's not mutually exclusive sometimes.
That's a fair point.
Isa's gonna go ahead and let his shoulders slump, and he's gonna wipe his face. And as he does, you see bits of skin kind of like peel off in different areas.
To reveal what underneath.
Reveals a much tighter, cleaner beard underneath, a more squared jaw. The nose is a bit smaller. The forehead a bit less furrowed. It drops what his perceptive age is by about 2 to 3 years.
Now that's interesting. Was there a reason you felt like you had to hide who you were and come see us?
No, it's just easier to move around when you're not always the same person.
At least I have my heritage to rely on that makes me look younger than I am. I can understand that. I can even respect it. But, you're asking us to trust you, and while I understand not giving us everything, something would be helpful.
This isn't just some kind of message that I got. This is
A calling.
no. This is a job. This is it's not some grand quest that I want to complete because I'm the hero of the ages. This is a job that I feel thrust upon me.
Duty is a heavy burden to bear, my friend.
Yeah, it is. So I did what I had to do to try and get to making sure that I do my job right. So the incident right tool isn't the most shining part of the job so far. But I need help. And it looked like you guys were fighting the same fight that I'm trying to stop from happening.
We might be able to and be more willing to help you if you tell us what we're fighting against.
I would be too if I knew exactly what it was. I don't know what I know. I don't know what you know. I don't know exactly what I know. I may have more information and not know it yet.
Fair. For now, what are your intentions?
Beg, plead, kick, and scream to get you to help me get this next point of dispersion is the only way that I can say it from going off.
Okay. So this energy manifests and builds and builds and builds until it blows. And you have the power and the ability to disperse it to keep it from exploding.
It's from what I've been able to understand, there are elements from what the book says, and he kind of pulls out the book, that allow the moving and changings of the energy in order to disperse them. From what I can guess, and from what it looks like there maybe is a clog somewheres, and you have to change where the dispersion is so that way the energies flow a different way, and then it works again. I told your friends earlier it was like a clock.
You have have to find the broken cog before the whole thing breaks.
But you have to disperse the energy. That's all I know, is that this is what is happening.
All
So the
right.
only thing I can do is
Well-
chase where I see it's gonna break and see if I can. If this is the one that fixes it, maybe if I disperse it here, it stops.
My friend, you are chasing a dragon that you will never find the head of. Believe me. I can't tell you how many times I've said if I kill one more werewolf, if I kill one more vampire, if I kill one more evil lycanthrope, one more abomination on this world, then I can stop, then I can rest. It's never gonna happen. Duty is a mantle thrust upon those that are worthy and capable of shouldering that burden. Others will never know the Herculean strength you have to carry this burden with you. Where are you traveling next? We dispersed in Greca, so what's next? Where's the next one?
The next one is here, and he points. Let me say, there.
Hold on. Let me close that back out. Do it one more time. Okay. So we need to travel west.
Yes. According to the maps, there's a road that stretches off from here.
Alright. Well. I can't speak for everybody. I'm not going to speak for everybody. Despite the arrogance I may show, I don't presume to. But quite frankly, we outnumber you, so if you try and betray us, we will just kill you. But I don't think that will be fully necessary. All I ask is that you don't make a mistake in desperation and try and sacrifice or betray us to complete your goals. I've been around a long time, and I've been a thorn in many things' backsides. And I may not find you immediately, but if I have to hunt you down, I can and I will.
I understand that. I gotta tell you, it's not a if I can do one more kind of a thing. It's more of a if I don't, then what number is it that go away because I failed? How many people will die in that one instance because I didn't?
I'll say this before you go to bed. If you choose to sleep, which I think you probably need to, what ifs will kill you just as surely as a sword or bow. You're never going to get to all of them all the time. Things are going to happen. All we can do is give this world the best chance it has. To try and lay everything at your feet is just going to bury you alive.
Well, that's why I'm asking for help. And with that, Isa will get up and he'll go over to a patch of the ground and lay out his pack underneath his one arm and just out.
All right. Say as your watches do go on, we don't notice anything going on. For your second watch, go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right.
With disadvantage.
That's what I thought. Would it still be disadvantage if I used the lantern?
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna use the lantern.
Okay. You invoke its incantation, and do you angle the light, or do you leave it in 360?
I will angle it when I'm closer to the fire, and I will go 360 when I'm farther away.
Okay.
And I'm going to use another help die. Well, total.
Okay. As you use the angular portion of it to look around, and you start getting a little bit away from the campsite, you kind of look down at it and start fiddling with the covers to open all of them up. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Look at that, my third help die. 8! God damn it. I was really hoping for at least double digits.
It takes you a minute to get with it, but eventually you're able to get all the shutters open and give yourself some proper light. And you're looking around, and a couple creatures seem to skitter away from you, but in general, as you look around, not a whole lot seems to be going on.
Okay.
The watch ends without issue. Who do you wake up next?
Cathalia.
Okay.
I'll stretch and ask Tam how the talk went.
You're gonna think I'm even crazier than you already do. But I think we need to help him. At least in the short term.
Okay. Well, hopefully he's not bad.
He's not bad, he's neutral at best. I got that read on him when he showed up. He was disguised, so don't be shocked if he looks different in the morning. But
I'm pretty used to people disguising themselves at this point.
I don't know. This is what he says he's chasing, what he says he's hunting, has the potential to really do a lot of damage if left unchecked. And it seems to be something that we're already kind of having to deal with. So until we hear something from whatever's giving your brother all of his icy grab, or Jorsal decides to grace us with his presence once more, or Jan shows up and gives us more, or that stupid hag bitch doesn't get out of my head, we don't really have anywhere or anything in particular to do or deal with.
She's still in your head.
Occasionally.
Well, hopefully one day we'll kill her for good.
I couldn't trust her sister. Her sister said she could protect me if I trusted her, but how do you willingly open yourself to this same thing that's causing the damage in the first place?
Time?
Do what?
Maybe time.
Yeah, time.
But you go get some sleep. I'm gonna
Keep
gently.
an eye out and keep somebody with you.
I will.
I'm gonna kind of lean over and kiss her on the forehead, and then I'm gonna go prance out.
Okay.
Like touch the spot, and then I would like hazily rub it off.
Okay.
I'm gonna gently wake up Snow and ask her if she'll sit up with me.
Okay. Snow, you are
Awake.
cautiously brought to consciousness.
Mm,
Do you want to sit up with me?
certainly. Kind of wake up, stretch out a little, look over the camp, see Kelvin passed out, Pyre passed out, see Tam and Isa going to bed.
Isa's already asleep. I took that second watch by myself.
So, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Certainly.
Maybe I'll find it in my notes. Because it's been a while, and
That's okay.
keep
I will say
forgetting.
this. Snow, give me a quick, just flat perception check, please.
Interesting, because I was actually going to ask you for one, so.
Natural
Ooh,
20,
yeah.
which brings you to a 27. That is fantastic.
Nice.
You see everything. You see God.
Before I get to my details, what were you looking to inquire? Because you're going to ask for one, or are you going to ask to make one?
Yes. So,
Sure. What are we looking for?
being a cat,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of smell do I get off of Isa? Because, like, with Pyre, I had that, like, charcoaly, like, smoke kind of smell. I'm curious to see what I get from Isa.
Oh my God, I'm smoky.
It's definitely strange because of all your fondest memories of your childhood and being a young cub of your tribe, your favorite memories were when the tribe would travel north and be within the borders and sometimes a little deeper into the actual kingdom of Bragos, the Arctic lands to the north. You enjoyed it because that's what you were named after, the snowflakes that drifted throughout the mountains. And that smell was great to you, just that cold, crisp, clean air. And elements of the scent you get from Isa are of that similar nature. Not the same, but definitely kind of like, you know how like La Croix is hint of strawberry?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. It's hint of.
Okay.
What you also notice is that you're looking over the party. You see Tam kind of settling into his usual kind of, sitting on his, kind of upright in that very posh style on the ground. You can see his breath kind of trying to go through his ritual to begin his meditation. And you notice his eyes, they don't close. His breathing never seems to steady. He seems to just be sitting there in full consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And Tamara, I'll let you decide how long passes before you realize that your restlessness is not breaking through to your barrier to be able to meditate and hit that trance-like state.
Probably after about 10 minutes.
After about 10 minutes of him sitting there looking, adjusts himself, gets up, stretches maybe, kind of rolls his shoulders, gets back down. Gets frustrated again. He seems he can't. He just looks disturbed, tense.
Did you find what you were looking for, Annie?
Did. I don't notice Tam, right?
We'll find out. Roll a perception
Do you
check
want me
for
to
me.
roll, or do you? Okay.
Yes.
Where am I at?
Go ahead and roll me for the night. So are you going to be taking the advantage, or are you each going to roll a disadvantage?
Up to you.
Because the one I called for from Snow did not include the
different.
watch. Yes.
Right. I can do the advantage with Snow, but then I want to do the last one by myself.
Okay, so give me a straight roll.
Oof. Let me add.
That's
Thing.
not a perception check.
Oh.
You're one letter off.
Oh. It's because I scrolled. I'm like, there's a
was
P.
You scrolled.
She was-
Go find the P's. Go.
Oh, hey. Hey.
24?
That
Yeah,
she
you
couldn't
definitely
be-
notice it. You notice he looks uncomfortable, tense, he doesn't, and you trance, you meditate, you know what it's like to hit that state. It doesn't take long at all. It seems to be taking him a minute, if at all.
I'll walk over and I'll kiss the top of his head. I'm like, you need to calm down. And then I'll walk back over to Snow.
Okay.
And then I'll like turn to where I don't see Tam.
Okay.
So did you want the advantage on the perception check, or did you want both of us to do one, Annie?
You can go ahead and do one, 'cause
assisting
I
her
forgot to
brings her
click.
up to a flat roll because you are in darkness.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you want me to go ahead and roll the other one now?
No, that's perfect.
For both?
Because you two
'Cause
did
I
have a
do
conversation you wanted to have.
Oh, yeah. A while back, like you know that we have. Well, you know that sometimes we have weird dreams. And there was one night when we were still at the pint that I had the smell, like whenever the hag is doing whatever she does, and then it went away. And then the dream went to I was braiding somebody's hair in common room of the pint, you know, between our room and the boys' room. And I cut the hair. And then when I looked in my hand, it was your fur. And I know I can't braid your hair. I don't think your fur's not that long.
No, just like starts checking herself for any patches that are missing.
This is a long time ago. But when I
Yeah.
woke up in the morning,
Bright alert.
I did have a little bit in my hand, and I don't understand why. And I don't know if you know anything about dreams, especially when there happens to be some fur in my hands after.
No,
But I
still does
never-
a second check of herself to make sure she's not shedding fur, missing
Okay.
patches.
This was the night before Tam Empire went to jail. So I just never had an actual chance to talk to you about it until now.
I assume Snow's not missing any fur.
This was a while ago. Roll an investigation check.
I mean, I don't think it was really that much. It might have been a few.
Damn. That would have been a natural 20 again. That's
No,
a
you're
five. Okay. She kind of just looks herself over, sees that all her fur is still where she thinks it belongs. I mean, I don't really have a lot of experience with dreams, particularly. That's really, not my wheelhouse there. Normally, we would leave that up to those that are more in the religious side, if I can say that. Like, yes, I do believe in the Cat Lord, but I'm no cleric, I'm no paladin. Dreams are not something that I experience in that manner, really, so maybe it was just a dream.
Maybe. It wouldn't have concerned me so much other than, I had your fur in my hand. And the fact that your fur's not even that long to braid.
Bright alert,
Mm.
bright alert.
Shut up.
Oh, God.
You know what? It's been a long time since I've said that word on stream. Thank you very much.
Snow just kind of thinks about it for a while. Was it intuition, I suppose, that you knew it was mine?
It was white. I don't know many tabaxis of your color. You're the only one that I properly know.
I mean, I won't say you're wrong, but I don't appear to be missing any fur, and you can't really braid my furs. You could maybe shave me, but I'd rather you didn't.
I would rather I didn't also.
This whole conversation, Tam, you're catching every word of it because you're just sitting there trying to meditate and trying to enter your rest state.
To be fair, I'm trying to not be so loud.
There's something preventing you from hitting it.
And if we have any artists in the thing right now, please do not draw a shaved Snow. Please don't do that, and please don't share it with us. That would be very...
I will find you
awesome.
and I will hunt you down.
We don't want that fan art. That's the one fan art we're like, no.
You know, the more you mean yes. This is the
At
internet.
this point, with the denials, they're practically begging for it to be framed. So
Thanks.
Well, we're gonna give it to you, Tam.
But
Yep.
Snow will just kind of, shrug and be like, perhaps it means nothing? Like I said, I'm not a dream person. That's not something I've really experienced. But I know that the mind can sometimes work in very strange ways, and not all of it necessarily has a meaning. Please don't shave me.
I'm not going to. I would never. Even if you begged me to, I would not.
I would keep it in the back of your mind. Maybe it's something that can happen in the in the future if we ever make it back to Raitul in one piece and don't get chased out of the city. But odds of that aren't looking great.
I'm still having second thoughts about going to Raitul. I want nothing to do with this. You're supposed to be asleep. Go to bed.
He needs his nurse.
No.
God damn it.
That is not what I do in D&D.
I'm afraid I don't have an answer for you, unfortunately. I would think maybe it could be another tabaxi. I mean, we did run into one in the city, but no, none of the ones that I know.
Gee, it's almost as if you're being plagued of visions and illusions.
You actually say that?
Yes.
Just glare at you, Tam. Go trance. You are going to be exhausted tomorrow if you do not.
Yeah, I'm trying, and it's not working. There's something blocking me. And I think this stupid bitch has found a new way to fuck with me, and I can honestly say that it's worse. And at that point, I will get up and stalk away.
Okay.
The times when I wish I had bard spells, but I don't.
I just kind of look at Isa. I look back at Snow. And look over at Tam. I don't know.
Okay. I will say for the rest of your watch, the two of you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. It is a mostly easy night. Warm breeze. Summer is upon the lands. It's comfortable outside. Snow, you go to bed. Cathalia, you have your last watch. Who do you wake, if anybody? And Tam, what are you doing?
I went to the edge of the campsite away from everybody else, and I am bound and determined to try and get at least something.
Okay.
Have I at least gone through what would be considered a short rest?
Yes.
Okay. So at least I get my radiance back, even if I have to be exhausted. I'm trying my damnedest. I'm reading through my journal. I'm trying to find something, anything that's going to help me figure this out.
Okay. If you're going to spend your time researching and looking for things, and is that how you choose to use your time?
It's mostly like a coping mechanism, I guess, to try and help get me to sleep. And if that's not gonna take, then I am going to, I guess, somewhat angrily and mentally demand that if she's gonna pull this bullshit, she should at least show herself. And wait for an answer.
Okay. Are you trying to will yourself to a trance or to a sleep?
To a trance.
Okay. I'll come back to you.
It's far too gone for sleep, so.
Okay. I will come back to you.
Okay.
Cathalia, have you chosen who you're going to wake up, if anybody?
I will wake up Pyre.
Okay. Pyre, as you are sleeping soundly, somebody shakes your shoulder.
Gently, because I don't want to get punched.
Somebody gently shakes your shoulder.
What's
Pyre.
up? What's up, Cathalia?
Hey. Do you want to do this last watch with me?
Sure.
Sweet.
Someone's going to say no sometime.
I know.
I'm waiting for it. Like, no! Fuck you! And roll back over.
Kelvin very begrudgingly does watches with me.
Pyre, like, gets up, does her stretches, you know. Gets in form. Like, alright, let's do this thing. And she cracks her neck.
Okay. How will you be handling the perception check? Cathalia, give me a flat roll, please.
Correct one this time.
There
15.
you go. 15. You see Tam off in the distance, angrily sitting, reading. Outside of that, nothing else really catches your eye. You're welcome to have conversation. If not, we'll move on in the morning.
What? Why did you wake me up if he's up?
He's having a hard time resting.
Alright.
I don't know.
She
what's
walks
going on.
over
I have
to
a
Tam.
suspicion of what's going on.
She walks over to Tam, sits down with him. How you doing?
So.
Am I gonna have to carry you in the morning?
You what?
Am I gonna have to carry you?
I don't. I hope not.
Alright. Catalia, Tam, do not tell anybody I did this. You understand?
Concerned look over at Fire.
Pyre's gonna rub her hands together. And she's gonna move her fingers and she's gonna start rubbing Tam's back and her hands to try to relax him. I swear to God, if anybody talks about this,
Bro, Pyre is the actual living heated massage. What the hell?
What are you doing? I'm not tense. I am
Tam,
blocked.
Tam.
Something is
No,
stopping
yeah.
me from entering a trance.
Yeah, and you're concentrating it, aren't you? Just, I'll do this and we'll talk. Come on. If it
Just
doesn't work, I'll stop.
Just the thought of Tam saying he's not tense, Kelvin shoots up in his sleep. That's a lie. And falls right back to sleep.
Oh God, do you think he saw?
Nah.
I don't think he
He's
saw.
in a tent.
Alright, no. Come on, you stubborn old man. Just do this, okay? You can't deny this does not feel good. Okay?
I never said that.
While they're doing this, would I happen to know of like a calming tea that you can brew?
Roll a nature check.
Good. 21.
21 total. You know of, and don't jump the gun on this, but you do know of, there is in the right amounts, nightshade can be used in very small amounts to assist somebody to go to sleep. It has to be mixed with other things as well, but you definitely, you've had it before when you were younger and you were very hyper. Your parents would make it, they would use just a very small bit of nightshade mixed with something else to make this kind of, it was less tea and more just like hot tea juice or hot tea flavored water. It didn't really have that like robust kick to it. This was definitely more of a function over form brew.
I will keep that in the back of my head. I wouldn't remember what the other things were, would I?
I'd say with 21 nature check, yes. Even if Brandon can't properly describe what these elements and herbs are, through the narrative storytelling, Cathalia would know exactly the portions required to make an adult size portion for this.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely don't need no kids meal.
Nah, he's on the senior citizen meal.
The early bird special.
That's a gotcha kitchen.
I will keep that in mind as I watch Pyre very,
Okay.
very confidently trying to get Tam to go to sleep.
Okay.
Because I don't like it. It would count against me if I tried to look for that stuff nearby, or would I know that it wouldn't be nearby? Like, because that seems like it would be a close to home thing.
It is definitely not. I mean, you've run into it places outside of your home, but in the area you're in, you know you won't find all the ingredients you need.
Okay.
Now, if you want to, yeah, if you just want to say every so often when you guys are doing like travel, you can just say, "Hey, Brandon, I want to look for those ingredients. Let me know, and I'll have you roll."
Okay, will do.
For Tam and Pyre, Tam, if you so wish, you may sleep.
But I will not be able to trance.
You currently cannot reach your restful meditative state.
Fuck it, I'm staying up. I'm not sleeping.
Am I gonna have to do a sleeper hold?
Shh. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
It's either I put you to sleep for a couple hours or for the rest of your life. Okay, it's up to you. Which one
There
you
is no in between.
Girl, you can try and roll. You can certainly try.
I'm going to make some coffee
Okay. As it gets
Tam
closer doesn't seem to be able to reach enough of a restful state to sleep or to.
You just want me to stop, Tam?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Of course.
Okay.
Oh my god.
As the end of the watch comes to a close, the sun begins to come up. Cathalia, you're making coffee. The rest of you begin to stir from your slumbers to
the sun the bird.
Okay.
As soon as Pyre hears somebody moving, she jumps the fuck up. It's like, don't talk, don't say shit.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that was a good watch, guys. Yeah, nothing happened.
I would say Isa and Kelvin, you two probably wake up first as your sleep was not interrupted. And that's what you hear. You just hear Pyre like, yeah, good watch. All right. Good one. Nothing happened. We kept it safe. Everybody's safe, right? Yeah, everybody's good. And after a few minutes snow, you wake up. But all of you wake up to the smell of some decently nice smelling brew. Breakfast is had.
Cup, and I'll like take it directly to Tam.
Water skin.
What was that?
I said I am gonna try and figure out how to fill a water skin with coffee.
You are
it won't
more than
stay hot.
It will not.
Care.
It will not stay hot, but you are more than welcome to.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody watches as Tam just takes the first fresh brew and just pours his entire water skin out and begins to pour in this steaming hot liquid into it.
You know, I could have used that to make more, but okay.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Dude,
it's okay.
You need water. Your muscles are gonna cramp up. I'm not doing that. And then she thought, never mind. Never mind.
Doing what?
None of your business. And she walks off.
Okay.
Nothing screams suspicion like denial and fleeing. Oh yeah, I'm sassy Tam today, as I just keep drinking out of the water skin and packing up my stuff.
Okay. You are exhausted.
No roll?
No. Exhaustion just happens when you don't sleep.
I thought you had to make a roll.
Not for no sleep. If you choose not to sleep, you just get a point.
And he had a choice.
Or if you're tortured for 24 hours, then you just get a point.
Or if you just want a point, I guess.
I think that falls under choosing not to sleep.
No, you could sleep and just be like, I want a point.
We call that the yeet method.
Yes.
Yeah.
But all of you are up. Campsite gets packed, put together. The day is yours. Wildcards +1. What would you like to do?
The way, new kid.
So where are we going?
West.
West where?
West is not home, right?
West is
Correct.
Not yet. We'll make it back, I promise. Just not right this second.
Where exactly west are we going?
We're going here if I get your drift. If you're gonna help.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't we?
No. As long as we don't run into it today, it should be fine.
I will make more coffee since Tam took the first bunch that I made.
Okay.
And I will give
at the map, and she's like, "Oh, okay. I don't understand any of this." Okay.
I will point to where we're going because
I'm just gonna start walking.
I will give Isa a cup of coffee and apologize for being rude the night before. have a
Thank
hard
you.
time trusting people. And I'm sorry if I came off very, very rude. I don't know how you take your coffee, because I know some people do different things, but we don't have much. Or anything,
is-
really. It's black. It's straight.
Thank you.
You might as well say, hey, do you want some sugar? Too fucking bad.
Sugar
that's-
with my cooks. I've got seasonings and spices with my cooks utensils.
Yeah, but you're being sassy, and I don't want to talk to you right now.
Damn.
You might accidentally put a little there, because that's how you're acting.
Yeah, if it comes from Tam right now, I'm not trusting it. He might be salt.
All
No's
the
just over
flavors
here
you
looking
chose to
between
be
everybody.
salty.
Snow is
better
very
than these
confused
hams.
and just taking it all in.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for the beverage. I appreciate it. If you guys are going to help, that makes this job just that much easier.
If we have to go west, we were starting to go east. I would prefer to go around the camp as much as possible. I don't even know if that's actually an option, but it would be kind of awkward to run into everybody again.
Wait, didn't we go north? I didn't think we went straight east.
What are you talking about? How awkward. Hey guys, I'm back.
I thought
Bye.
we went somewhere in the direction of home, because that's what I
Yeah,
wanted
we
to
started
do.
going like northwest. We didn't go east.
Well, west would be towards the desert, so you can't go west. It's either north or east, and I thought we went
I think it
east
was
because
like
we were
a
following
north-
the road out of Greca.
I don't remember. That was 2 weeks ago.
Pyre's just walking. She's just walking east.
Swore we
I
went
just-
north back into Thavia. And we're walking northwest towards Wymore. That's what I thought.
All I knew is that I wanted to go home and in the direction of home. All I truly remember, because I didn't write that part down.
I mean, either way, regardless, we're basically just backtracking the way we came, and I'd rather not run into everybody again.
More than fair.
We're going if we're...
You don't want to see your boyfriend?
Mm.
Inappropriate.
Snow just doesn't respond.
So while
Okay,
everyone's
Bishop,
having
can you ping on the
conversation-
map for me?
Yeah.
Real quick.
while everyone is having their conversation and enjoying their coffee,
Okay.
Kelvin is going to cast Prestidigitation and just tap his cup and hazelnut.
Okay.
Because I can make it taste like other stuff. I can flavor stuff with Prestidigitation.
Nice. Hey, Joe.
So,
It is the best cantrip ever.
Joe,
Yes.
give me a con save.
Yarp.
Come on, buddy.
I was not aware of this.
Yeah. It's still a level of exhaustion.
Yep. That was brought to my attention, and I thought it just, my understanding was it just happened. I didn't know there was actually a
All
roll
good,
for
bud.
it.
Nah, it's all good, man. I wasn't gonna fight you on stream about it.
I will
Alright.
question things, but that's because I don't know everything.
No, it's all right. For some reason in my mind, I had just always understood that exhaustion, when you chose to, quick learning point here, ladies and gentlemen, if you decide to not rest, you do get a chance to just not take exhaustion. But good luck. Unfortunately,
Okay, so
the dice was not
Depending on
in
the
Tam's
build,
favor.
I was gonna say, yeah, depending on the build, the first one might not be too bad to shake, but after
You're right.
that,
The first one might not be too bad to shake. But I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Or, like we said, you could do the yeet method.
I'll take it.
You slept. I'll still take it.
Nah, I don't care.
okay, so we are in Thavia. We're like a half a day northwestish of Greca, or the line, or whatever.
Of Greca itself.
So, because that's all in it, right? Like that's all. Like Greca is the wall, or it's part of the wall. It's like where the wall is.
Greca is super close to the wall.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like, there are buildings that almost touch it.
So yeah, we would be going westish somewhere. Is there a road?
Yes, there is a road.
We are on a road.
There is a road that goes that way.
You are not on a road, but the direction you would head would take you to the dry road. It is the main road, you have heard it before, that leads from the two capitals of the north of Thavia and Zyvan.
Now, what direction does your tribe take when they leave?
I actually will have to talk to Brandon about this because originally we decided that Snow was from the mountains of Zotaris, which would mean that she would go northeast, back that direction.
Mm-hmm.
But from the sound of it, now we're coming from, like, Zelok over there?
So essentially how the path you would travel would be, you would head into the mountains of Zotaris, and then you would cut straight left into Bragos, and then when it was time to
and then come down.
Yes, and then it was time to make your trek down. That's why this is such a pilgrimage, because normally you do stay mostly northern, but when it's time to come here, it is just woven into the culture of your tribe. This is your druidic duty. This is your give back to nature for supplying you with these abilities, is to ensure that the vegetation and greenery and grass plains of Thavia are preserved.
Okay. So then I did have that right. Okay.
You did, yes.
So, yeah. And that would make sense because Snow knows that they would pass by Raitul every time they made that trip. So,
Yep.
yeah, that fits.
The more north than west right now.
Yeah.
So if we go due west, we shouldn't have too much trouble, should we?
Not for my people.
Well, let's go due west.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get all my directions correct in my head and on my paper.
Yeah, same. I was gonna
Feel
ask
free to
Brendan
ask
about it
questions.
later, but
No, feel free,
he brought
feel
it up,
free.
so.
Every time they talk about a direction, Pyre walks away and no, well, where are we going, guys? I'm about to stay here.
I will go up.
Put a leash on you. Just calm down.
I will go up to Pyre and turn her in the correct direction. We're going this way.
Okay.
And I will make sure you never walk again if you ever do that to me. And she just walks that way. I was like, thank you, Cathalia. And just walks off.
Oh my god.
So the group heads in a strictly westward direction. Is this correct?
No consensus sounds yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Somebody roll a d20.
I'm not rolling shit for you.
I will.
I already
Rolling.
called it. Go away. Aww.
No,
Minnie.
no, go ahead. His don't count. It's not there. I don't see it.
Oh,
Boo.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. That's what you
That's
get
not
for the
necessarily a
break.
good thing.
That's what you get for saying that thing
19.
on the break.
That's right. I don't see Kelvin's rolls for the foreseeable future. So, party heads out. Probably not even an hour after walking, you notice that off far in the distance, coming over the mountains, you can see it in the morning. You thought it was just because it was still dawn, but it was a storm. Moving rapidly, probably about noon, it hits you guys', and the smell comes first. Just that thick, wet rain is about to just absolutely open up on all of you.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you have
Quick
got
question.
to be shitting me.
Now you've got a grumpy Tam and a grumpy Pyre.
And just
Okay, so hang on. You say mountain.
rain
Is this
comes down.
between Thavi and Rania or Thavi and Zyvan?
You
like,
guys
which-
would be, so you would
'Cause we're going
have,
west.
so here's where the
Oh, it's
ritual took
coming
place.
Uh-huh.
You guys were probably there-ish.
Mm-hmm.
You could see it up over this direction,
Okay.
up over the mountains of Rania, and you thought it was just because it was dawn and that's why it was dark over there, but it was actually a storm that was making its way towards all of you. It was just not towards you directly, but just
Right,
in that
yeah.
direction.
No, that storm is pretty much like, fuck you, Pyre, and so yeah.
It does come across, and it's a heavy downpour, and it is an all-day affair. You can choose to push through, or you can choose to cut your travel short and try and find somewhere to wait it out. It is the party's call. But after, an hour or two walking through it, there is no end in sight. It is just coming down.
I'm gonna look at Isa. What is your timeline? Best guess, without pulling your book out and getting it soaking wet. What is your best guess of a timeline? When is this thing gonna burst?
Soon. I'm still new at this. I'm still working it out.
Still new at this. Thanks for the great solid guesswork there, pal.
Tam! Don't! He's new at this. He said so. Cut him some slack. As Pyre's just like, fucking brain. But just speaking primordial to herself.
Okay.
Fire, put your hood up.
What?
Put your hood up, if it's not already. Doesn't help much, but it helps a little. Oh, wait.
What are you talking about?
I thought you had a cloak.
Pyre looks over at her bag, is like, what the fuck is this? How long have I had this?
You realize your mom packed your bag for you, so she must have snuck it in there when you weren't looking.
She puts it on and thanks Cathalia. Keep
You
speaking
fucking real
primordial.
right now. Are you fucking real right now? You've had a cloak the entire time and didn't even
Tam!
realize it.
Do you want to mud wrestle right now?
Can I look for... Well, we're still not near any trees or anything.
You could come across a couple of patches of, not like forestry, but just a couple of trees kind of grouped together.
Because this is going to be all day.
You want to try and harvest some ingredients or no?
Oh, yeah, I can't. Well, can I in the rain like this? With it coming down as hard as it can? Or is it hard as it is?
It will affect the DC, but you are more than welcome to make a roll.
I mean, I can. It's worth a shot.
Okay, give me a nature check, please. And what is your favorite terrains?
Forest and grassland.
Roll it again.
Nice.
Okay.
It is what it is, and you better get over it.
Got it. Noted. Will do. That is a 20 total on both rolls back to back. I will say that even in this weather and dealing with a grumpy 1/3 of a party, you're able to kind of strategically suggest a party take a rest at one of these certain kind of smaller, I wouldn't really call it a forest, but I'd say probably like a 30 by 30 or 50 by 50 patch of dense tree work. You convince them to kind of stop in there to try and get some semblance of cover from the rain. And yeah, really. And as everyone's taking a moment to try and dry off a bit, it's it's still soaked, but it's not as the tree cover does help stop the constant downpour. The ground is still wet, everything's still wet, but at least you don't feel it fall on your head for however long you choose to rest. But as you do, you kind of look around Cathalia, and you do notice what looks to be small little like a mid-sized tree or mid-sized nightshade.
Okay.
You're able to get that. Looking around, you look at some of the lower vegetation, you kind of grasp a few little sprigs of something else here and there, something very simple to help mild it out.
Rosemary, lavender, and honeysuckle.
There you
Is
go.
that what actually goes into it?
Sure.
Isn't that also Tam's nicknames? Thalia?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But party chooses to press on throughout the day. Make less than average time, but you do make a whole day's travel. Pushing through. As you come to a resting point and trying to figure out where you can stay, whoever wants to head that up can roll me a perception check.
I can, unless somebody else wants to.
I will say 2 people can head this up, or 1 person can roll with advantage.
Thalia, roll with advantage.
So Pyre kind of steps up to the front of the group, probably tired of getting rained on, and is just kind of grabs Cathalia and said, "Let's try and find somewhere to stay."
Let me add a help die to that.
Sure.
17.
17 total. That Pyre kind of steps up, says, "I'm tired of getting rained on. Come on, let's find something." And as the 2 of you walk for about another 20, 30, 35 minutes, you can see what looks to be a kind of a shack not too far off in the distance. No light coming from it, but it seems to be standing.
How far away from the rest of the party are we?
You probably moved about 50, 60 feet ahead of them because you were definitely in a rush to try and find something, so you just started stomping off.
Pyre, you want us to go check it out, or do you want to wait for everybody else?
I can check it out.
You're not going by yourself. I said we.
Oh my god, you're as bad as Tam!
I will do the earring
up and just keep walking.
Okay.
I will do the earring thing,
Uh-huh.
and I will tell Tam that we found a shack and we're gonna check it out.
Okay.
Be careful. I'll relay it to everybody else.
Okay. Cathalia and Pyre, 2 of you jot up to this shack. It's decent size. It could probably house all of you. Be a little cramped. Do a circle around it. One
Yeah.
door. One door. Kind of less a shack and more like what looks to be kind of something you're familiar to seeing, Cathalia, and you too, Pyre, from where you're from. More of just like a one-room, smaller house.
I'm gonna go up to the door.
Okay,
Is
you
it
go up to the door.
closed?
It is closed.
And there's no light, like there, like doing the circle around the outside doesn't look like anybody's been there for a hot minute, right?
You see no light on the inside, and you see no signs of. You don't see anything that you would think would be signs someone lives here or has been here. You don't see anything. You don't see any food sitting out, or leather work, or tracks, or light from the inside.
What would Cathalia do? Cathalia would totally knock on the door and wait for an answer.
Okay, you knock. There is no answer.
Pyre opens the door.
Okay. Pyre, as you grab the handle and you give it a tug, there's actually a bit of like a flex to your muscles as the door seemed to have been just like wedged shut in some manner and opens up finally.
I'll poke my head in.
Pyre walks in.
Pyre, as you walk in, what you see around you is just literally 4 walls, a roof, and kind of a hardwood floor. Off in the back is a small, looks to be like a cast iron stove that has a piping system that leads out through the wall. But there is cobwebs, dust, there's a leak in the roof, there is some broken furniture, and kind of a broken bed off to the side, and then one table kind of off to the other side, where like the kitchen area or the eating area kind of closer to the stove is.
Is okay. The morbid in me. Is there blood anywhere?
Make a perception check.
25.
You don't notice any blood. What you do notice, as you're looking around, is that definitely, like I said before, lots of signs that no one has been here in a while. There is some like moldy bread and questionable, you don't even know what it is anymore on the table. There are rusted pots on top of the stove, and then where the pots have sit, there's some rust around it. But in general, it looks like if you wanted to like open the actual stove part of the iron, you could probably throw some firewood in there or something in there to burn for heat. And you do find a couple of papers. Look almost like kind of what you would pick up from a larger city or some kind of news source. Kind of a thicker parchment.
Is it dark now? Like in the house, is it dark?
It's a little.
Or is there just some
dark.
Pyre does produce flame. And
Like
okay.
She sees Cathalia looking at this. There you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
I didn't want to ask. What's on the papers?
Well, there you go.
Get what you want if you don't ask.
I know. I was gonna be nice about it, but anyway, so what's on the papers?
Okay.
Sometimes you just need to be assertive.
It's talking about how there seems to be rumors of a conflict happening in the north.
Mm-hmm.
And it talks about what you notice here, especially in this area, is an article about how Rasso is being moved. Then it talks about what else will be on there? Mainly about rumors of a war in the north and Rasso being moved further south are the two big articles that hit you.
Are there dates or anything that would indicate how long those papers have been there?
They've probably been here, probably about those individual ones, because you found those kind of underneath a stack as you were kind of moving things about. Mm-hmm. Those are probably about anywhere from 3 to 5 years old.
Oh. Fire? Is there firewood in the house? Like a stack of it?
No, but you did see a stack outside.
Was it covered?
It was not.
We could burn those papers.
Maybe we could. Well, I kind of want to look through all of them when we get everybody here. You said there's a
Tyre's gonna rub the dust and be like, do you think Kelvin will be okay staying here? As she looks at the dust on her finger.
I'm sure he will clean a nice little spot for himself. Is the broken furniture easily able to be broken down more to burn?
Oh yeah. Pyre's
So I want to do that with
not a
Pyre, and
problem.
then we get a fire started, and then I will go back to the group. That way the fire is nice and going when they get here.
Okay.
I want to see Cathalia break some shit.
You watch Cathalia seems to struggle, kind of trying to break this. She tries to tries the knee, kind of ow,
Yeah.
ow, ow, ow. And
I'm
then
like,
she,
That's gonna leave a bruise.
Yeah, that's gonna leave a
Cathalia,
bruise.
I just like do it like easily. I was like,
yeah, you're like
Come
Steve
on.
Rogers in the Avengers movies, just
yes. Yes.
So I'm like baby Steve Rogers, and Pyre's like vamped out Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect.
But the rest of you
All
Best way to
do
describe
manage
that
to,
ever.
the rest of you do manage to catch up to this smaller house shack thing. As you come upon it, you can notice there seems to be a bit of a plume of smoke coming out the backside of it, and you do see a light source on the inside.
I'll
Headed.
stand at the doorway and do the earring thing.
Okay.
Oh God, she's saying, honey, are you home yet? Did you grab
No.
the milk? Did you grab the milk?
Even if he did, Kelvin would have drank it. I'll
True.
tell Tam that everything's safe and we've got a fire starting.
Okay.
It's fair.
All right. All of you head into this shack, and that is where we will end tonight's episode. We will pick up with any housekeeping or anything to do before you guys bed down for the night. But thank you all for being here for this episode. I was glad to take a week off for Thanksgiving, but it definitely felt weird to take the week off for Thanksgiving. It's nice to be back. I know I had a lot of fun.
Oh yes.
Good, good.
Absolute blast.
I said sarcasm.
it was my first Thanksgiving off in like 5 years. Even though I got all the way to work and they found out I wasn't on the schedule.
I hated it.
I hated it. Well, don't worry.
Definitely enjoyed this Wednesday. I hang out with all my friends.
Yes.
And even Tampaw over here.
Tampaw.
Yeah. No, literally, do you guys not realize how we ended the episode? With Tam coming home and Cathalia waiting at the door with his martini and his slipper.
Yep, pretty much. That's exactly how it's going to end.
I don't think I have the stuff to make a martini.
Oh my gosh. Well, for all of you out there watching, thank you so very much for being here. We hope you had a good time. We hope you had some laughs, had fun, and we all of us look forward to catching you next Wednesday. Until then, be safe, have fun, come join the Discord. We'd love to listen from you and just chat, share memes, talk crap about life, whatever. But yeah, we'll see you guys Wednesday. Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.